Hi, my name is Meagan and my business is Meagan's Creations. I specialize in home decor and seasonal specialty items. I want to do something I love and to be a stay-at-home mom for my 2-year-old daughter so I don't miss any of those special moments for her first milestones. I'm a single mom, so I've been basically doing it on my own since she was a year and 3 months. So after me and her father separated, he went sour and I still had to hold my ground and do what I had to do for my daughter. So I went to work and I still missed her being at work, so I decided, you know, I'm always crafty. So why not put my craftiness to business and try to sell? And it didn't hit me until August of this summer, and I thought, well, if I can make my own stuff, why don't you sell it too? And that's how it became. So when Apple Scrapple time came, I was like, oh, it's crunch time. So let's hustle. I did very well at Apple Scrapple, but I only had a few hiccups there. People wanted to bargain, and I guess they don't realize the effort that goes into it and the money that goes into it. But I can't complain. I still did good. I first became interested in making specialized items. One, because I'm an artsy person, and two, there's a need for one-of-a-kind personalized items. People loved homemade items that, you know, you can't find my stuff in stores. And a $100 wreath that you can buy at Hobby Lobby, that wreath costs $30. I mean, you can't beat that. That costs $25. So that's a $100 wreath at Hobby Lobby, mine's $25. I can make personalized items for any need. So if you request, hey, can you make me such and such and add in this, I will specially order and make the item just for you because you requested that. I can, for examples, I make knot blankets. This is a toddler size. Obviously it's big enough to cover me though. And they're so easy to make, but this would go for $35. And I can make sizes from baby size to toddler size to adult size. Here is a Christmas wreath, a Halloween wreath. I just did make this week. Christmas signs where if people don't have chimneys or anywhere to hang their stockings, you just hang them on the wall, and here's your hooks, and I can guarantee you won't fall because I got teeth on the back to hold you. But if you have heavy stockings, I would put them in the middle. Here is a canned pumpkin. I made these out of cannon lids, and you just put a zip tie through it and pull it, and it ain't going nowhere, and cinnamon sticks in the middle. Here's a baby basket. I have boy and girl. I just grabbed one. If you don't like these, I can make them without them. And I have several other things at home. I just chose to bring a few. Having a business is like having a baby. Sometimes you have to change things up, move things around, stay up all night working on your products. It's hard and exhausting, but in the end, it's worth it. I appreciate everything that I have learned and all the people I have met and everything I have experienced. Thank you for your time. Feel free to ask any questions. Oh, and I have business cards.
Wonderful. Thank you, Meagan. Now the floor is open for questions, answers, comments.
Beyond. Oh, no, this was presentation.
I've always made my own stuff because, you know, I want my stuff to be different from everybody else's when they come to my house. That's so cute. Where did you get it? I made it. So I thought, okay, you're a single mother. This can be your side work while you're working. but I hated having to leave my daughter in daycare, and I would go to work crying because she's crying and she wants mommy. So I became a stay-at-home mom, and I'm like always hustling. So I can be with her, and she helps me. She'll hand me a ribbon. So I started doing this at the end of this summer. Mm-hmm.
And do you have your own website, or are you listed on any of like the outsourcing websites like Etsy or Amazon or eBay?
I plan on, once I get an abundant supply, but since I just started in August, that I had to hustle and I don't have my abundant supply yet. So once I get that supply, I am going to make a Facebook, and it should be very shortly. Every time I get the chance, I will go and buy one item every time I go to the store. Okay. I bought like that board, I cut into 3, so now I have 3 boards. Okay. So once I get that abundant supply up, I will have a Facebook and Etsy and whatever I need to broaden my horizons.
Okay, very cool.
Thank you. Please remember, I forgot to mention, recording this.
You have a challenging business, obviously. You have some challenges, obviously. How are you going to get the word out of your product line? You said you're going to have Facebook is going to be your principal marketing tool. That's what you think?
Yes, right now it's word by mouth, who you know, who you meet. But once I get this abundant supply, I will have a Facebook, I will have Etsy. But right now I am shockingly doing better than I ever thought I would. It's because of who I know and who I run into. Because I ran into her husband, this has broadened my horizons, and it was a wonderful opportunity. So it's just who you meet and who you know.
How did the Apple Scrapple event come about as a venue for your, I guess, initial product offering?
Well, I live in Bridgeville. I have a very well-known family in Bridgeville. My uncle of mine is a politician. My mother is a nurse. My aunt's a teacher. And luckily for me, my family is very well-known, so I had a lot of people come into my booth. Oh, that's Kenny's niece. Oh, you're here at Apple Scrapple? Yeah, this is what I make now. And I've always gone to Apple Scrapple every year. So being able to be a part of Apple Scrapple, I took that opportunity.
So from what you've said, it appears that your prospective customer didn't really understand the value of the product that you were presenting based on $100 being a price point for that product versus a 25 that you can sell it at. Maybe the question is, if that's $100 as far as a price point across the board, maybe your 25 is a little low, and everybody thinks that you could obviously then bargain with you even against a 25 price point.
People always try to haggle with you at Apple Scrapple because they want to see how far you go. And since I'm a new business, I did lower some prices, but not by much.
Right.
I had that toddler size blanket, I sold for $30. It's originally $35. I would not go very far down because I had to make a profit off of it instead of losing money.
Right.
My baby blanket I sold for $20, but I wanted $25 for it. So it's just how far you want to go.
Are there enough of those events around that you could actually?
There's a Riverfest in July in Seaford. There's the Apple Scrapple. There's Christmas in Bridgeville in December. It's just the events that you know, and luckily I'm in an area where word gets fast. And, you know, I've lived in Bridgeville my whole life, so you know when these events are coming.
All right. Have you thought about other events on maybe the other side of the state or the other side of the county where there's a high traffic pattern, like the beaches?
Yes, I am very interested in beaches once I can abundant supply, because, you know, if I don't have abundant supply, people are going to look at me like, this is all you got?
Are the things at the table for sale?
Yes.
Hi, Megan. Hearing some of your prices, I'm a little concerned about how you're valuing your time. A blanket for $30, how long does that take for you to make? And, I mean, your profit's more than just the materials. If you don't value your time, I don't think you're ever going to...
A blanket, oh, I'm sorry.
You're just not, I mean, you're not manufacturing with machines and stuff, so your actual time is valuable. I just want to make sure that you're taking that into account.
A blanket that size would go for $45 at Hobby Lobby, so I have to compare my prices to the stores. And most of my stuff is not that hard to make. And if I gotta, say like I babysit some kids for a friend, I take it with me, and they love the help. So a blanket that size only took me an hour to make. You just put two materials together, cut an inch into it, and tie them together, and you got a knot blanket.
Meagan, thank you for coming this morning. This is some really neat stuff. I just looking at what you're doing here, I know that you've just started it in August. Have you thought about, or can you project out, vision-wise, what would you see this being in 5 years? Where do you see yourself going with this particular business?
I hope to have my own shop instead of just, people coming into my home. Then I can have my own building and then walk in and see everything displayed. I hope that my daughter can say, that's my mommy. She did this. And I can hope that I can make her proud and show an example for her that if you put your mind to it, you can do anything. I hope to be that successful businesswoman that every woman wants to be.
Additional questions?
I wonder about Facebook. Why wouldn't you put it right now? And I understand you don't have enough stuff to offer, but if you can show, I can do this, and that would be customized anyway, whatever you will put, you will customize it to order. So just give general idea, and then whenever you will get this order, you would do that to order. And if it takes more time, it's okay, it's all handmade. I have a lot of orders. Sorry guys, you need to wait a little bit and you will get whatever you will. People will start taking you more serious. Another thing about pricing, if you already know that that's handmade and people do understand that's handmade, made to order, why wouldn't you price it, let's say, not 35, do it 65 and go down a little bit and say, you're getting one in a lifetime deal. Mike is dead. Yeah. Like you're getting one in a lifetime deal, and then people will go and say, look, she's a little bit pricey, but she always gives you a good deal, and you can talk to her, and she works for people, not to just not to fill her pocket.
I never considered that, and that never even occurred to my mind, but that is very good piece of advice, and I might just do that now instead of waiting. And I think if I do that now, maybe I can sell all this stuff and then, get more.
Christmas coming.
Yeah, and that's what, I said, my prices are no ifs, ands, or buts. I'm not haggling with you. My prices are set as is. Do you want this blanket for Christmas for your child or not? If you don't want it, then go buy it at Hobby Lobby. But you have to travel all the way to Salisbury, and I'm right here.
I just wanted to touch on what she said. I would definitely encourage you, set up your Facebook like tomorrow morning, tonight when you get home. It's Christmas time, it's the holidays. People love special order, people love custom. And so what if there's a wait? People will wait for quality. It takes 5 minutes to set up the Facebook, so I would really encourage you to do it. Also, just like she said, in terms of haggling, when you go to those festivals and stuff, everybody just wants to get a deal. You know how it is around here in Sussex County, everybody just wants a deal. So I would just raise the prices at those festivals. If you like to sell it for 35, I would say, hey, it's 45, so you can come down to the 35. They feel like they won, and you're getting exactly what you want. You know, sometimes it's just I think it's kind of that back and forth. People just want to feel like they're walking away with something better. And also, I just had one question in terms of your price point. So for that blanket, you said it takes an hour of your time. How much does it cost you to make that blanket?
Hobby Lobby's materials are always 30% off, and I am a coupon-holic, and if it's on sale, it's mine. So I would do a sale on top of the coupon, and I save money just by food, coupons. If I can find a coupon, I will use it. So the bottoms would cost $7 with the coupon.
Okay.
The tops are $12, $13, depending on which one you want.
Okay.
So it's like 20 to 17, it depends on when you know when to hit that sale.
So we can say somewhere between 17 to 20, and then you're selling them for 35, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Yep. And again, just like he said, I would definitely maybe
But, you know,
Once-
I love the 45 to 35 idea, but 11 o'clock came around and I haven't sold anything. So that was making me very scared when Apple Scrapple came, and I was like, oh no, am I doing something wrong?
Oh, absolutely, of course. It's going to be scary, but I think you have such a fantastic product, and I think you have a really great personality, and I think those things combined, you're going to be successful. I think there's just some tricks of the trade that you're going to pick up along the way.
Yeah, and it's scary being a single mom and you can't sell any of this stuff. How am I going to support my daughter? And, you know, word gets out to, you know, very small. Sussex County is very small, so when her father hears this, she's doing better than I thought, you know, and that's my whole point. This is where we are at today because of the choices you made. And I want to show my daughter that. Mommy benefited us for you and herself.
Also, too, I'd like to share something with you. At the Apple Scrapple Festival, perhaps one of the reasons why things didn't sell early in the morning, because people look at it, might decide they want to buy it and come back for it instead of carry it. So encouraging them to buy now, you'll hold it for them, might be helpful to you in that case. The other thing, I found out this personally when I had my gift shop, that sometimes you have to really convey the value of that. And if we price it too low, sometimes we know the value, but they don't necessarily know it. For example, when I first sold jewelry in my shop, a normal markup might be you buy it for $1, you sell it for $2, what we call keystone in the industry. And the representatives brought this wonderful jewelry in, and she came back a month, 6 weeks later, for a reorder. And I said, no, it's not selling. Now, I was a novice in the business at the time. And she said, well, let's go over and check it out. The fact of the matter, I was selling it way, way, way too low. She had me mark it up, which I thought she was crazy at the time. She had me mark, like if a piece of jewelry cost $10, she had me mark it up to $40, at least 3 times higher. And I thought she was nuts. And guess what? It sold. Because the perception that the value wasn't there when my prices were too low. So just, I don't know, it's a little lesson I learned. I don't know if it will help you or not.
Well, I'm sorry. My dad, I was telling my dad about my business because I've been talking about owning a business for years. And he said, why don't you sell jewelry? So he sent me in the mail a Firestone jewelry book, and I started looking at it. And I thought, wow, these are really pretty. These could sell. So I think that's going to be my next step, is starting to make necklaces, bracelets, anything I can think of, I will do it. So that's a very helpful hint.
Yeah, no? Okay, I just wanted to tell a little bit more about like pricing, just one word. There is 2 different categories of people living in Delaware. That's retirees from big cities, and there is people who just stuck here for their life. And everybody has different hunger for customize and different tolerance to price. So if you putting it 65 instead of 35, somebody will say, oh, they just came in from New York City. And say, really? Here. And you got twice price. Somebody will say, no, too much. You're going down, and they like getting Black Friday sale every time, every day, of the year. And why people go into Black Friday, they don't need that $80 purse, but they want to know that that $80 purse costs like $400 normally. Let's be honest, to show, look, it was $400, I got it for $80. Cool, I'm cool. That's what you can offer.
So just talking about I think they bring up a lot of good points about your pricing. In terms of bringing your price point up, I can see where that would be nerve-wracking. Is someone going to be turned off by purchasing this product if it's priced too high? Have you considered the possibility of offering, a less expensive price if they order multiple items?
Yes, I have done that.
Okay,
when
and that
peop-
might be something you may want to market. That way someone feels, if they're going to purchase one wreath, but they're going to get two for a discounted price, hey, you know what? I think I really like this for my house, and I think my mom would like this too. And that you will actually possibly see your quantity go up.
I did forget to bring one item, but I do have a picture of it. Silly me, and I spent like 30 minutes trying to fix it because the apple scrapple wind ruined it. So I can pass it around and show you. I did sell 2 clouds. A cloud is $30.
What's a cloud?
I'll show you.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I did mean to bring that, and I knew I was forgetting one item.
Okay.
But since she bought 2 of them, they sold for $50. And instead of 2 for $60, I went 2 for $50 since you bought 2. If you buy 2 wreaths, or if you buy an abundant supply, I will knock off $10, $15.
That may be something you want to advertise when you do get the Facebook page set up, especially around holiday seasons. It doesn't have to just be Christmas, but Easter and other Valentine's Day if you're doing seasonal type projects. That's very cute.
I do want to clarify, I wasn't necessarily saying you had to mark your things up by 300%, just to mention about the value. Another experience that I had that I learned is sometimes having a product on your table that is the $100 wreath, and where you have a
I think it shut off. Oh, I'm listening.
That's okay. Having a higher priced item at your table, so that way that does draw them to perhaps the lesser priced items is another strategy that might help you sell those things too, so that way they can see the variety. Okay, who else?
With your Facebook page, I sell jewelry and accessories, and I also sell makeup. And I found that people really like me wearing the product, so
Thank you.
post pictures of maybe or have customers post pictures to your Facebook page showing that they're using your products or displaying your products. Like if you hang one of your wreaths on your door, take a picture of it, because then it shows them different ways they can use the product that you use them or your customers have used them.
Yes, I had to, I actually do display my own stuff. Like when people walk into my house, oh, that's so cute. And my friend was like, she just came over with her baby and we live far away, so when she's in the area, she will stop by. And she said, have you started experimenting with canning lids? And I said, that pumpkin right behind you. And she's like, oh, that's different. And then I showed her my knot blankets and my wreath on my door, and I do display my own stuff, so when people or, random people, FedEx comes over, they see that.
As a viable business, were you aware that there are some wholesale methods that you might be able to buy some of your supplies, and that would cut your pricing down even further? A lot of times they will require proof, like a business card and your business license, but I'd be happy to try to help you make those connections too. I saw a hand go up over here somewhere.
Hey, good morning. Just to kind of bring everything full circle and touch upon what others were saying, I think another option may be, obviously you're going to put in some thought into bringing the prices up, But you also may want to do, to touch upon displaying your stuff on your Facebook page when it's up and running, is either talking with customers or other business owners who are buying your product and asking for testimony. Because like you said, I think you hit it right on the head, it's all word of mouth here, and it catches really fast. So where you mark up to $65 and you say, hey, if you work with me and allow me to put how happy you are with my product on my Facebook page, maybe we can work something out and I'll give you a 20% discount or something like that. And I think, especially if you're doing that with other business owners, putting up wreaths at local storefronts in and around the Bridgeville area, I think you might be able to catch some momentum in that way as well. Oh, and then quick question, what's the name of the business?
Meagan's Creations.
Meagan's Creation.
Yes, my business cards are right on the table.
Megan, another idea, the nice part about 1 Million Cups, I'd love to get all these entrepreneurs that are presented in this room at the same time. There was one by the name of Melina Harmon, and her business is UB First Embroidery, and she does a lot of customized embroidery. So I'm thinking to myself, there could be some synergy between what you're doing, connecting with her, because it would be like as if I go out and I buy a shirt and I take it to her for embroidery. But here, where you want to do this customization, this personalization, and she can do the embroidery part, there might be an opportunity for some synergy with the two of you. So shoot me an email. I'll be happy to try to connect you.
Thank you.
Yes, the past presenters, she might be up there.
One little thing about Facebook, you should understand, Facebook, it's as good as bad. That if something happens, people are mean. Let's be honest, people are mean. If something happens with your product, they bought blanket, it falls apart, you should be ready to have some negative stuff on your Facebook, because that's what happens. And one little advice, if you see something bad, you can't avoid it, but just try to work with that, write on Facebook, not in personal comments, nothing, just on Facebook. Yes, it happens, we will be glad to fix it, whatever. And that shouldn't take you more than...
Get it! Oh my God! Sorry.
That shouldn't take you more than one business day to respond on any negative comments. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
He's gone again. I wish my boyfriend was here. He would scream like a little girl.
You've seen that.
You will edit this part out, right?
Please do.
I don't know where it is.
This never happened. I hope not. 9 times out of 10, I do test my products. I actually made my daughter, she is obsessed with Elsa. So I made her an Elsa blanket because she found her bed set. So I had to make her a blanket so she would forget about the bed set. And I tested it, and the knots don't come apart when you wash them. They become tighter, and the ends will curl. Obviously, that's never been washed because it's never been used, and I want people to see that. That's going to sell just as I made it. So 9 times, yeah, I would test my products. It took me a while to get my pumpkins right. I seen that they were tied with yarn. It was so flimsy. So someone at Apple Scrapple said, use zip ties. I did zip ties, and what do you know, it held together. So I take feedback from people, go and fix my products, and I was like, why didn't I think of that? So yeah, I always test it.
It's the same thing like you're coming to a restaurant, you will never make everybody happy. Like somebody understands that steak is medium, another one will say, no, it's not medium, and same steak will taste different for everybody. Same thing with people, especially when it's custom made. Somebody expects something different and they have challenges to explain what exactly they want. So it always happens. I don't know, I'm working with business for last 10 years. I don't know anybody saying that they never had any complaints. Just be aware that there is complaints, and Facebook is very easy way to reach all the customers around. Even if nothing happened, but some people are over dramatizing, and it could happen. Just make sure that you're working with all the complaints online so that people would see, even if something happens, we do understand that it could happen, we fix it, no problem, everything will be fine.
I'm fortunate not to have run into those picky people, but I understand there are picky people out there, and accidents do happen, but luckily I haven't ran into that yet.
I like your pumpkin used in the cans. It brought back an old memory for me, and I was thinking to myself, whatever happened to that? Because I did like it. It was the similar idea with a split can, not pressed down as far, with a candle inside. And I was just thinking you could probably, as creative as you are, probably figure out a way to adapt that basic thing for Christmas or Easter or, other holidays too.
Someone, it was supposed to be like a funny thing, but I just didn't get to it in time. They told me to take a toilet bowl plunger, take apart Christmas trees, like the fake ones, put a toilet paper roll on the bottom of it, and then drill the trees into it, and just write on the toilet paper, ho, 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 I need to go. And it would be like a funny, gag gift or a Christmas item they can put around their house. So I do plan on making that for Christmas. Obviously, crunch time was a little difficult, and I have a busy 2-year-old. She's ready to go as soon as she gets up till she hits the bed. And she just,
Well, we're glad she gave you a break so you could be here today.
she's with my business partner, my best friend, and she's like also my boss because I do babysit her kids, and we do everything. So when she gets to go there, she has 2 kids, and she goes Andrew, because she can't say Andrew, and Bella, and every single one of her baby dolls is named Bella.
Very good. Are there other questions, comments that you'd like to share? Well, we will look forward then, Megan, to seeing you on Facebook, and we loved having you here today, and we wish you much luck and success. But before we finish, we have one final question for you. What can we, as a community, do to help you and support you?
Right now, word by mouth until I can make my Facebook tonight or tomorrow.